Q&A time. Today we respond your questions. Let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixBus TV. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy, free plugin special discounts and offers. And of course, if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixBus TV member, access the already big and always growing library of full mixing courses, start to finish, mastering courses on many different genres and a lot more. And if you're learning from the videos, please consider using the super thanks down here, the new feature, and support the channel. Let's get to the video. Batiste93, can you explain how to find the right settings for a compressor hardware if I'm recording vocals? I can't, because it changes every time. And this goes back to the video that I released a few days ago, or maybe I will be released after this, I don't know. Trying to find a unit that does it all, or trying to find a unit that you don't have to touch. Like, oh, that's the magic setting. There's no magic settings. Not for vocals, not for anything else, not for hardware, not for plugin. It's the magic settings is your ears and your experience and your talent in, using gear. I can tell you a technique that you can use as a starting point, which is have the singer sing and shoot for about 7 to 10 dB of gain reduction, because you want to hear the action of the compressor. That's not the gain reduction that you're gonna do. That's the gain reduction you're gonna set up at the beginning to hear the effect of compression. Because obviously, if you ask me this, you're not experienced, you probably don't actually know that well how compression works. So you set the threshold so that you have about 10 dB of compression, right? You set the attack all the way fast, and you set the release fast, but not too fast. You set the ratio of 4, which is a safe bet, and you get the singer to sing the loudest parts, because that's where you're gonna have the maximum gain reduction. This first step is for you to set the attack. You will hear that if you put it all the way fast, it's gonna choke the performance. So you back off, you slow the attack until you find that some punch passes, if you want punch, or more than punch, right? So the more aggressive you want, the closer to as fast as possible you get without choking. The more relaxed you want it, let's say you want to use it more as a leveler, the slower you get. Sometimes you can also use it almost like a limiter, but that's an effect, like an 1176. You don't use a compressor not to clip your converters on the way in. We talked about this. That's the gain for that. So that's how you set your attack. Then at that point, you set your release, okay? Your release, it depends on the pattern. And again, how you want to use a compressor. You want kind of a leveler effect, your release is going to be slow. So you're going to keep the vocal under the curve of the compressor basically almost all the time and just massage it. You want a more aggressive and upfront in your face vocal, you make the release faster, but watch it, because if you make it too fast, it's going to be spitty. 1176 again, if you put the release very fast, it's going to be like harsh and spitty. At that point, when you have these two settings, which are very important, if you have an HPF, you start playing with it and see if you want the low end to trigger or not to trigger the vocal. If you have an extended side chain and maybe you want the compressor to react to like harsh consonants, you set it like so that that range is more enhanced into the detector. And at this point, you set your ratio, which could be staying at 4 or being higher if you want more aggressive compression, or lower if you want a more mellow, and the amount of compression. This is just a starting point. There's another billion things to consider when setting up a compressor for vocals. I hope this answered the question.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so